Hey VC, JT. Wanted to do a video again before work. This one is going to be fun for me. I'm going to rate or rank the Kiss solo albums. Now, the way I got into Kiss, I discovered them in my uncle's bedroom at my grandma's. And I found Destroyer, which scared me, freaked me out, but I was hooked ever since. And I come from a very Christian family, so Kiss was the devil. You know, there was no one buying me Kiss tapes or records or nothing. So the way that I would listen to Kiss music, one of the kids that lived a couple houses down the street, they were pretty well off. I mean, we had a Pinto station wagon, and Dad had an old Ford pickup truck. They had a 41 Ford that they were restoring. Mom drove a Cadillac. Dad had a brand new Chevy. So naturally, David had all the Kiss records. He'd been to his dad taking to Kiss concerts, and you know, he had it all. He had a boom box to take on the bus, and then he had his big stereo in his room. So the way I would listen to Kiss music, one year for my birthday, my grandma bought me a little tape recorder. If you're old enough, you might remember that the little tape recorders, they had one speaker in them and a microphone that had an on-off switch, so you could start recording, pause recording. So I would go down to David's, and he would let me borrow one record at a time for 1 hour. That was it. I had an hour. I'd run home. I had a red, white, and blue record player. I don't know what brand it was, like maybe a Fisher Price or something. I really don't know. I was 8 or 9 years old. I'd get that record and put on. I'd get my cassette and I'd wind it up so the music would start where it's supposed to. And I'd get my microphone and I'd lay it on the speaker. It had like a 2-inch speaker on the record player. Lay the microphone on there, drop the needle, turn the microphone on, and that's how I recorded all the Kiss records. So I'd record one, package it up, I'd take it back. But I'd tell everyone in the house, I had a younger sister, and you know, Mom and Dad, I'd tell everyone, I am recording, everyone needs to be quiet. So I would lay there and study the album covers because, you know, I had to take it back. I didn't have the album art. I would study those album covers and listen to the music while it was recording. And when it was done, I'd run it back down, I'd get another one, bring it back, do the same thing. And I had, you know, 4 or 5 tapes. Tell you, my favorite Kiss record, Makeup Era, has always been Rock and Roll Over. This one, it's just, I love this record. It is really, really good. All the songs are great. This one and Love Gun. These two were hands down and still are my favorite Makeup Era Kiss records. But I also love Dynasty real well too. And Dressed to Kill is right there. I love Dressed to Kill. But I think the reason those two are my favorites, I had both of them on one cassette. One side was Rock and Roll Over, the other side was Love Gun. But on the bus, that's what everyone wanted to listen to, was Love Gun. So that's what I listened to all the time, and it just became my favorite. But with the solo albums, I'll tell you a story about my first Kiss record. I wanted a Kiss tape and an Elvis tape for Christmas, and I never got a Kiss tape. But when the solo albums come out, we were at Woolworths, 5 and dime back in the day, and they had the solo albums. And I'm a drummer, and I was a huge Peter Criss fan, and I wanted that Peter Criss record. I begged and begged and begged. I was $2 short. Finally, my mom, I think against her better judgment, bought it for me, not because she wanted me to have it, because she wanted me to shut the hell up. So this was my first actual Kiss record. It's not even a Kiss record, it's a Peter Criss album. This was the very first real Kiss album that I had. I didn't have any tapes or records. This is the one that I got first. And I remember taking it home, and I used Mom and Dad's big stereo. It has custom inner sleeves. All 4 of them are this way. It has, these are the remasters, by the way. The custom sleeves, the posters. I love the way that they put their faces on the album, or on the labels. That is so cool. But, so finally she bought it. She said, yes, get it. Shut the hell up, get it. So, I remember rushing home, and Mom and Dad had a big stereo in the living room, you know, the big console kind. So I put the record on. It had a 8-track tape player, AM, FM radio, and turntable. Put the record on. I got my tape recorder, and I put it in the middle of the floor with my microphone there, and played it and recorded it so I could listen to it on my way to work, my way to school the next day. This was in October, once again, October of '78 when these come out. So, but the way I rate these, for years and years and years, I always thought, by the way, in the background, Judas Priest, Ram It Down, very underrated album. For years and years and years, I always thought that Paul Stanley's was the best. I was a huge Peter Criss fan because I'm a drummer, but man, I just loved Paul Stanley. And to this day, he's still the greatest frontman ever in rock and roll, to me. So I always thought this was the best Kiss solo album. And then last summer, I decided I was going to get all 4 solo albums out, and I was going to listen to them for 2 weeks. And I did. I listened to each one like 3 times, to and from work for 2 weeks. Just listened to the solo albums, and I discovered I was wrong. I think the best solo album to me is Ace. This is the best of the Kiss solo albums. This thing just rocks from beginning to end. There's nothing you skip over. So this is 1. Paul's is 2. He does have his, you know, hello dear, I want to be with you. That's fine. I guess he's a sensual person or whatever, sensitive. That's fine. I mean, they're good songs. When you're cruising and it's 85 out and you got your windows down, you don't want Hold Me, Touch Me blasting. So there are some that I'll skip over if I'm cruising or something like that. 4th, or 3rd, Peters. I love this record. I know a lot of people don't. A lot of people say it's trash. I really like it. And I think most of the reason is because it was my very first real Kiss record. And then Jeans. Yeah, Jeans is all over the place. He's got some really good songs on here, but it's just kind of, man, it's everywhere. So, those are the 4 that I think are the best. And I'm not saying Jeans' record is bad, because it's not. It's really good. It's just my least favorite. My favorite, now Aces is the best. Peters is definitely my favorite. Absolute favorite. I can listen to this thing beginning to end, even though he's got some of the slow bullshit stuff on here too. It's just, I love his voice, and it just reminds me of when I first got this and went in my room and listened to it the first time, my first real Kiss record that I owned. Man, the poster went up on the wall. I was so excited to get this thing. So damn excited. And it is good. It is really good, I think. I mean, granted, it's kind of an R&B album, which is fine, because I like R&B too. But it's just really good. Now, I have a challenge for you guys. If anyone, you know, watches and wants to partake, I have a challenge for you. What if, when Kiss done the solo albums, what if they didn't do solo albums and the record company said, no, we want 2 more albums? So, of the 4 solo records, okay, take all 4 solo albums, give it a try. I've tried. I'll do it again and write them down. You take all 4 solo albums and side 4 of Alive 2. Okay, so you got 4.5 albums to deal with here. You could even break it up into 3 albums. It'd probably be easier that way. But 2 or 3 albums. And you take the 4th side of a live 2, go through the songs, divide them up, Aces, Peters, Gene's, and Paul's. How would you put them on 3 different albums, and what would the names of the albums be? I always thought Radioactive would be a cool album name. Rip It Out would be a neat name. I don't know that Paul and Gene would ever let Ace sing the title track of an album, which is how it is or how it was. But put some thought into that, especially you, Captain Howdy. I'd love to see your list, what you would say about this. It's a Live 2 album, man. It's just, look at that. That right there is mind-blowing. You know, I remember being a kid and seeing the inside of this, and it just, man, it's a life changer. It was for me anyway. Seeing that was just, you know, holy shit, because I'd never seen Kiss, you know. So interviews on TV and stuff like that, and, magazines, but never actually saw them live. So when I saw that, it was like, holy macaroni, what in the world? So guys, give that a try. I don't know how to do threads. That'd be a neat thread. If one of you guys know how to do it, make it a thread. But yeah, take the solo albums and side 4 of Kiss Alive 2 and build 2 or 3 albums. Maybe do 3. We'll say 3. Build 3 Kiss albums. What songs would be on? What would the order be? And what would the names of the albums be? And it doesn't have to be names of songs that are on any of the records. You can make up names of songs or whatever. So that'd be neat. I'll do one, and I'll make a video on it and give the names of my albums and the titles or the songs, and maybe I'll even burn it and listen to it that way. That'd be good. Make my own Kiss album. I could be a producer. I'm badass. Anyway, I hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for watching. What is today? Thursday. Yeah, happy Thursday. Keep it metal. Keep it loose. Take care, guys.